Eddie Hearn, what a night we've just witnessed, and what a fight as well. AJ started really well, had that great third round. Then in the middle stages, Pulev came back into it a little bit, but what a finish. Just talk us through it.
Amazing fight. Just so good to see people back into the arena, you know. Atmosphere was 1,000 people, felt like 80,000 to be honest. Just a great fight, great performance. Like you said, third round for me, the fight should have been stopped. Pulev turned his back and it was over. And the ref, for some reason, gave him a standing 8 count. The ropes weren't holding him up. And I thought he punched, I thought he threw way too many rabbit punches as well in a fight, but listen, it is what it is. We got the win. It was a composed performance, it was a brutal performance, it was exactly what he needed going into 2021. Obviously hasn't boxed for a year, got 8 great rounds in and got a brutal knockout victory.
As you talked about there with the fans being back in, Floyd Mayweather in the house as well tonight. It really had that big event feel, didn't it?
Yeah, and Floyd's been in the change room upstairs talking tactics with AJ about the fight for about an hour. It was fascinating to watch. Just great to see people back, like you say. You know, it feels like tonight was the step forward. We hope that we can continue bringing the numbers in now. We hope everyone had a great time. And as always with AJ, you get unbelievable entertainment because he's, like I said, he's so exciting to watch. And tonight delivered the punch-perfect knockout.
Almost immediately after the fight, Tyson Fury left a message on his social media saying he wants to fight, saying he's going to knock AJ out in 3 rounds. The question everyone wants to know the answer to now, Ed, is 2021 Joshua Fury, do we see it?
Yeah, I mean, he's blocked me on Twitter, so I haven't been able to see it, which is never a good sign. I can't make it clearer from our side. Everybody wants the fight. It's the natural fight. There's nobody on the team that doesn't want the fight. I think that sometimes you let emotions get in the way of screaming and shouting and calling out fights, and AJ's not the kind of guy that's going to scream and shout people's name. We know he wants the fight, of course. I'm going to keep stum and just tell you that it's my job to deliver that fight next, and I'll do everything I can to deliver it, and we should start that immediately. Just
talking through the card, Lawrence Sakali was emphatic tonight and setting up that 2021 clash with Krzysztof Glowacki as well. Yeah, I thought Lawrence was really the pick of the undercards. You know, Józefski's a good fighter. He's 20-0, strong, and Lawrence, he just punches so hard. I think he's the biggest puncher in the cruiserweight division. I think he would have done that to Glowacki tonight as well, and I want him to beat Glowacki, then beat Marku, and then fight Bradis for the undisputed, and then move up to heavyweight. Honestly, I think Shane McGuigan's done a great job. Not one clinch tonight from Lawrence, and brutal power, very exciting, and I think let's get that world title locked in ASAP. Great work from Kerry Kays, the cutsman in Hughie Fury's corner. It was a nasty cut, but he boxed really well. I thought Hughie boxed great. I mean, he was nice and aggressive, which people have asked him to be. He got a terrible cut. Was it the 4th round or something like that? Kerry Kays done a great job. Hughie Fury's tough as nails, mate. We've seen it against Povetkin, Parker, Pulev. You know, he can really fight. And Maris Wack's a good fighter, and he was up for it. So it was a really good performance from Hughie Fury and sets him up for a big 2021. Obviously, he'll be out for a few months with that cut, but excited to see what's next for him. Martin Bakole called out Michael Hunter in our post-fight interview. Is that a realistic fight for next year? Yeah, I like that fight. You know, I'm trying to make Hrgovic Hunter at the moment. Made them an offer for that fight. I thought the fight was a little bit disappointing, to be honest with you. It started brilliantly. You know, great action through the 2nd round and 3rd round, and it was kind of like after that they kind of both decided to sort of slow down and calm down a little bit. And for me, I know that Martin was carrying a little bit of a shoulder injury, but when you're on that kind of stage, and I was disappointed in Kuzmin, because that was his chance. That, you know, might have been his last chance in the division to really make a statement. And I felt like both guys could have put their foot on the gas, but Martin done well. I thought the scores were wide. I thought he just won the fight. But again, big fights for him in 2021 and can be thrown right into the deep end for his next fight. A decent performance from Kieran Conway tonight. Where do you see him fitting in a stacked super welterweight division? He's just got to dive in now. I mean, look, the Sissoko fight, we was gutted to lose that fight on the card. I think that that's a good fight to make for early next year. Anthony Fowler, Conway is a good fight as well. Sam Eggington got a win this week as well. He's ready now, and he's ready to take the test. He was up for the test against Sissoko, you know, and respect for Macaulay McGowan for jumping in. He was tough as old boots. A lot of drama around the Florian Marku result. Just give us your thoughts on that. Oh, you know, I mean, I think it's, you don't want to be disrespectful to Jamie Stewart, but to call that fight a draw, I mean, so you'd have to say that with the knockdown, Jamie Stewart won 5 rounds. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, Marcus McDonald's a very good referee. Sometimes you have a bad night. But I don't think there's any justification for that draw. So, unfortunately, there's a draw on the record, but for me, it's a win. And Ryland Charlton will be next, January the 30th. It was a great fight for Florian Marku.
And you know, respect to Jamie Stewart though. You know, look, he's took the fight at late notice. I thought he won 2 rounds, maybe 3. Maybe I don't think so, but I was baffled by that. But listen, respect to both, and Florian Marku shouldn't worry too much about that and move forward in a big fight in January.
Ashfaq came in with bad intentions and returned to winning ways and style tonight.
Looked good, looked very good, and that's how he should fight. You know, he should be aggressive. He should let his hands go, and again, good bounce back. I'd like to see the Mark Leach rematch. You know, I feel that that's one that he has to really rub off the resume, and until he does that, you know, it'll always be on there. So maybe one more and then into that, or straight into the Mark Leach rematch.
We closed the UK year tonight, Eddie. From what's been a very tough year, how do you reflect on 2020 as a whole?
You know, as bad as it's been a wonderful challenge. You know, I mean, they told us we couldn't do it. Fight camp was amazing in the back garden. You know, here, the residency at Wembley, finishing with crowds, and that kind of performance from AJ was a blessing. It was fantastic. And, you know, I think it set us up well. I think we've all learnt a lot. You know, the team's done great, everyone at Matchroom. 258 working with AJ as well. You know, everyone's been creative. They've worked with what we've got, and I think we've produced the goods. Now we close out with Gennady Golovkin next Friday and Canelo Alvarez next Saturday. So it's a hell of a finish. We leave for America on Tuesday, and looking forward to a big push and big week.
Do you believe Callum can do it?
I do. You know, it's a really tough fight, but you know, Callum has the ability, has the power, he has the size. Canelo is the pound for pound #1 in my opinion, but this is it. This is what Callum wanted. We've delivered it for him. It's time for him to go and take his chance.
I caught up with Dillian White as well tonight after the fight. The schedule already starting to build for next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's likely there'll be a small delay to his fight. I don't think Povetkin will be ready for January 30th, but we're working on that at the moment with them, and our early part of 2021 schedule will be announced soon.
Brilliant. Eddie, thanks for your time. We look forward to it. Thank you.